So hey, this is going to be a combination wake and bake and a response to, it wasn't really a challenge by Gord Birch. It was more of a, hey, would you, my friends, do this? Because it's important. To get the message out about Canada's marijuana laws, particularly regarding, in light of the new Liberal government having control of their government in some capacity. Justin Trudeau voted in, and he and his party have long held the view that they want to legalize and regulate marijuana and reform marijuana laws to be less punitive and more of a, make it more of a social, thing. So I looked at the history of it somewhat. There's a long battle legal history in Canada where Mark Emery sent to prison for selling seeds. They have the Vancouver plan. They have multiple cases where a certain epileptic individual who was granted the ability to get his marijuana. And anyway, but I think more realistically, so I'm rolling a fucking fat ass J. Excuse my language. I'm rolling myself a marijuana cigarette. No, hey, but this is kind of an open letter to Justin Trudeau, who has touted himself, and I have not a lot of knowledge of Canadian politics. I just kind of brushed up, did a little research real quickly so I can speak somewhat about it, like I did in the intro, but that's all I'm going to do. I think what I need to speak of is my experience with marijuana and its medicinal properties in my life and how it's helped me lead a more normal, productive life. So, cut to the chase of the story. The chase scene. That's what you do when you cut to the chase scene. Semi-modern phrase. Mixture of different really top quality buds. So cheers to Gord and Canadian friends everywhere. My story, story short, I smoked marijuana, as a youngster. Everybody was doing it. It was the 70s. And I can say, everybody was doing it, but I didn't see it did any harm to me, but I was kind of an outcast because of it. So you had to go, really hide it. But, Jesus for that straight. But, so anyway, cut to the chase, as I said. Later in life, I used it and didn't use it, and faced ridicule for it, and had girlfriends mad at me about it, and other friends saying, you're just wasting your life smoking marijuana. And what I knew is when I smoked marijuana, I didn't have the propensity to do other drugs. I tend to have going, I think I haven't been diagnosed, but everybody says I'm ADHD, everybody says I'm this, I'm that. I think I'm just active, alright? But, but whatever. Ironically, I have a doctor's appointment today. Maybe she'll tell me. Stern? You need to smoke more marijuana? No. Anyway, so my story is that having hurt my back in construction field, I eventually became strung out on the pain medication and pain management that traditional medicine offered me. Gave it to me readily. Gave it to me by the bucket load. Totally just said, here, have some more, have some more, have some more. Are you sure you have enough? And then said, no, you've had enough. We think you might be addicted. Now you enter a different phase of our medical get your money thing. It's how it felt. It's like, okay, now I'm over here. We're going to put you on pain management thing, which was really just, here's some different opiates that will fuck your life up just as much. And so eventually I had to start using street drugs because they just quit giving me drugs. And it turned my life into a tailspin. My life went into a tailspin. I ended up in prison. Pretty fucked up life, and remember fact checkers? It's a condensed version of my life. Anyway, when I got out, I was on paper, and I stayed off of I didn't smoke any marijuana, and I didn't drink any beer, and I didn't do anything that could put me back in prison. I was like, so what I did was I waited till I got off paper, meaning that as soon as I was off supervision, I started smoking marijuana again. And I haven't used any opiates since then. That was 2010. It's 2015 now. And since then, I was already in college. I got my master's degree in public administration. When I was stressed out, I smoked more weed. Now, would I have done better had I not smoked marijuana? I had a 3.96 GPA. Presidential awards honor list electee, of which there was a handful and one person won. Numerous scholarships. Published author. Went on to get my master in public administration degree. Formed a nonprofit organization. It is in the formation stages as we speak. Heck, could I have done that using opiates? No. Along with that, the professional into my life, taking a turn, because it had to. I'm married to an awesome woman who allows me to smoke marijuana, understands the benefits it has for my life, and managing my back pain and my stress and my whatever ailments I might have, may or may not have. But getting into 7 minutes, I think, and I know a long laundry list of people that are like me, and people that are still to this day have more involvement in the cannabis world than I do, but can't come out to their colleagues for fear of professional blacklisting and, the back talking and all that. So it's kind of unfortunate. I don't normally smoke joints. I can still roll a pretty good one, man. A trick I learned a long time ago, and I'll give you a little analogy between what I'm saying and how to roll a joint. You take a paper, let's let this go out because I've had enough, frankly. Whoever Frank Lee is. Frank Lee, sorry that we all refer to you and nobody knows who you are, man. I take a paper. Now this is just, there's tubes and all kinds of ways to roll. But if all you got is a book of papers, and I don't really got enough here to do a really good joint, but even if I had to roll a little pinner just to smoke a blast before whatever, leaving the house, you take a paper and you put it in two piles, one here and one here. So I'm trying to simulate here. And then it's a dent in the middle and it's lower on the end so that you don't get the big humpy in the middle. And then you put your thumbs right where the humps are and you squish them both flat. And then you just fold that inner paper over from kind of in the middle but not directly in the middle and roll out gently, and you can kind of feel the density of the marijuana in the paper as you roll. You just make it all the same density. And you can use tap water if you want, but I'm going to smoke this one by myself. Some people freak out when you lick a joint. I'm smoking this one, bumming on some probably. So yeah, it's a little weak on the ends, but I knew it was going to be. But you just kind of flatten them, twist them, whatever. You can save it for later. You can kind of, I like to twist them because it affects the rest of the joint. You can kind of just gently pinch the ends, and then when you want to smoke, you can open them up or cut them off or whatever. I don't like cutting them off either. I like some dislikes. Anyway, so the analogy between that is Prime Minister Trudeau, long list of people back up what I'm saying, and you come from a long list of politicians, right? Your father was Prime Minister. You kind of are filling shoes of, I'm not sure who, because I'm not big on Canadian politicians and politics, but what I do know is the right thing to do is to keep your word, and your word was that you would adhere to your party's principles of legalization, regulation of marijuana. And within that, the major complaints I see is patients not being able to access freely and access a wide variety. And the way to do that is to allow people to grow and allow collectives and allow people to speak and share information share products and share results and share information and share research, and eventually you'll have a lot of, the payoffs will be huge. Your tax base will blow up. You'll be touted as the only liberal who increased the budget, or increased the deficit, or decreased the deficit. I'm sorry, I don't know about Canadian politics. But, so, Gord, there you go. There's my my Smoke a J for Justin. Totally dig doing it, man. My honor and much respect to all weedtubers. Please, Smoke a J for Justin Trudeau, who just was elected into office in Canada, and a liberal party, who says prior to taking office that they would legalize and regulate marijuana and change drug laws. Check it out. And roll a joint and smoke a joint for Jay. Film it and tag everybody you can. So yeah, I'm tagging all y'all. Baker's Oven, you're Canadian. Come on, man. And you know, and Ray, I love you, brother. You can do one through me, man. And of course, I saw Patrick's awesome job, buddy. I'm going on and on and on. I'm going to shut up. So smoke a joint and roll a joint and smoke a joint for Justin, and talk about how marijuana has affected your life and how you see that he can withhold his promises and coming into office. And we just thank you for your time, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.